It's a beautiful morning here in the city. I'm Thomas Blackwell, and this is KTYM, also KTYM Media TV. And we're here this morning with a public service announcement to share with you some of the information that's going on from our federal agencies. One of those is the U.S. Department of Homeland Security. We have with us Maria Padron, is with FEMA.
Good morning, Thomas. Thank you for having us.
It's very my pleasure for you to be here this morning, Maria. And then we also have Luis Santos Serrano, and he's the Public Information Officer for the SBA, which is the Small Business Association. Luis, how are you this morning?
Pretty good. Thank you for having us, Blackwell.
What we want to talk about today is what's going on with each of your organizations. So who wants to be first?
I am.
Maria, tell us what...
Well, President Trump declared, after the Hill-Woolsey fires, he declared the state of California for 3 counties a disaster zone.
Okay.
And those is Butte, Los Angeles County, and Ventura County. After that, different agencies, federal agencies came together, including the state of California, called OES, and SBA, and the county of Los Angeles. We come together to provide assistance to fire survivors.
Okay.
And we're here because the deadline is coming up. It's going to be for SBA, to apply for SBA, and for FEMA, it's going to be January 31st.
Oh, wow.
So we want everybody to know that they need to register. Even though they have insurance, some people have insurance and they think they don't need any help. But that's not the case, because once the insurance, they get the insurance settlement, sometimes it's not enough to cover all their losses. So that's why we want anybody who has the insurance to register with us before the deadline.
Okay.
Later, if they find out, they have a year. If they find out they don't have enough coverage or they are underinsured, they can come back to us and let us know what their needs are.
Okay.
So that's why we are reaching out to all different media so they can convey this message to their audiences. Since we are here, we have FEMA has different programs to help the survivors of the fires, such as housing assistance, for lodging expenses reimbursement, home repairs assistance, home replacement assistance for anybody who had losses or they lost their homes.
Right.
Also, we have a program called Other Needs Assistance, which include personal property assistance, transportation assistance, moving and storage expenses, and also medical expenses. And we have also unemployment assistance for all those people that were not able to get to their jobs.
Okay.
For 2 weeks, for a few days, they can apply for to EDD for unemployment assistance. Even though those people who own their own business, they can apply for unemployment. And the deadline for the unemployment assistance is going to be March 15th. March 15th.
One question. Of all the disasters and fires that we have had here in Southern California, is there enough money to go around?
Of course. Do you pay taxes every day?
Yes, I do.
Okay. So that's where the money comes from all the taxes that the government collects, all the federal taxes that the government collects from all of us.
Okay, okay. Now, who is actually eligible for it? Just those that are victims of...
Anybody who had losses in their home.
Okay.
Either renters, homeowners, and business owners.
Okay.
And for the business owners, there are different assistance. For instance, the FEMA assistance is the assistance that you don't need to repay. It's a grant.
Okay.
And the money that the assistance that you need to repay is for SBA, which is the Small Business Administration. And on that, my colleague here is going to speak about it.
Okay, Luis?
Thank you for having me here, Black World. Indeed, my name is Luis Santos. I'm a public information officer for the United States Small Business Administration. And Small Business Administration offers federal low interest disaster loans to businesses of all sizes, most private nonprofit organizations, homeowners, and renters.
Okay.
Businesses of any size may borrow up to $2 million to repair or replace disaster property damage. In the case of homeowner or renter, if you're a homeowner, you may borrow up to $200,000 for repair or replace your primary residence. And as well, homeowners and renters may borrow up to $40,000 to replace personal property, including vehicles.
Oh.
What we're trying to say is that this is a special opportunity. We have a deadline coming up, January 31st, 2019, for you to apply. This deadline as well, we got another type of loan. That's what we call economic injury disaster loan. This is a working capital loan to help small businesses, small agricultural cooperatives, and small businesses engaged in aquaculture, and most private nonprofit organizations of all sizes to meet their ordinary and necessary financial obligations that cannot be met as a direct result of the disaster. All of this is related to disaster. If you have been affected, you can be a business, homeowner, a renter, nonprofit. You may apply with us. You apply. And this is a really low interest disaster loan, so it can be as low as 2%.
Okay.
And it's a special opportunity. And we encourage everyone to apply with FEMA and to apply with us so you can have an option. Sometimes you will find out later that your insurance is not going to cover all the losses. And we can help with that to cover the other part, as well as other things that we can as well do. We are located. We have a disaster recovery center that you can apply for FEMA. You can apply with us. It's at 30440 Agora Road. This is the Hilton Foundation. As well, you can apply with us at disasterloan.sba.gov/ELA. Call to our number 1-800-659-2955. And I cannot encourage enough, say that everyone, don't overthink that maybe you will not be eligible. Apply with FEMA, apply with SBA, get into the system, and that is going to bring you options.
Okay. Does a person's credit ability have anything to do with that?
Indeed, since we're a loan, disaster loan, you gotta have like a repayment availability, as well as your credit history has to be a good credit history, so we can assist you with a loan.
Yeah, because I know there are a lot of people that may have bad credit, that were in a disaster area, that have lost property and so forth. So between your two agencies, who would be able to help them the most?
Actually, yeah.
Probably FEMA, because once they apply, they get an application from SBA, and they are declined. SBA refer them back to us, so we can help them.
Okay.
Another thing that we have is we have the first step for people to apply is to call us.
Okay.
And the number is 1-800-621-FEMA or 1-800-621-3362. Those lines are available 7 days a week from 7 o'clock in the morning to 10 o'clock in the evening.
Oh, okay.
And also, we have presence at different stores like Home Depot. Starting today, we are having Home Depot in Simi Valley at 575 Cochran Street in West Hills, and also that's in Simi Valley, and also in Home Depot in West Hills, located at 22855 Victory Boulevard in West Hills. And there you can find personnel who can give you advice on how to rebuild stronger for future disasters, so your house can be prepared.
Like earthquake proof and all that.
Yes, we have information about earthquakes, what to do after the fire, how to clean it up, how to clean the smoke, how to landscape your house to prevent fires around your house in the future.
All right.
Since we have global warming.
Yes.
So
some people don't want to admit it, but
we give advice. We have experts who give advice at these houseware stores.
Okay.
And people can ask questions. And also we provide information about flooding and flood insurance.
And one question about the flood insurance. Is that mandatory, or is that something?
No, it's optional.
Optional, okay.
Yes, it's optional, but it is recommended that everybody have insurance.
Even in the flood areas.
Even though in those areas that are not considered flood plains.
Okay.
30% of the claims that we get are from places that are not flooded usually.
Okay.
So, and also it's good to have that insurance because you have to wait 1 month before that insurance is in effect.
Oh, okay.
So we are in the winter season here in Southern California. So it's good for people to give a call to FEMA.
Now, what about a person that doesn't have any insurance at all?
Any insurance at all?
No insurance on their property.
Well, that person may have
a problem.
May be having problems in the future.
Okay, so
you know, when you buy a property, you need to take care of it.
Yeah.
And this is part of how to survive and how to mitigate for future losses.
Okay, so it's important that we have insurance on our property.
Yes.
To make sure that we can have some type of additional coverage to replace that property, because the way value of property is now, the insurance won't cover the total value of the property.
Yes, that's it. And also, for those people that had losses and due to the fires, there is crisis counseling. And for this, to receive crisis counseling, they don't need to apply. They can call the 1-800-985-5990. And if they need to apply for unemployment assistance, the number to call is 1-800-300-5616. And also, for the crisis counselor, they can, if they are savvy, they like to text, they can text "Talk with Us" at 66746. And also, they don't need to. It's not required for them to register with FEMA.
Okay. One other quick question, and then we're going to have Luis say a couple of things before we end here. How soon does FEMA take charge of a situation? Say a person gets in the fire area, they have been burned out today. How soon can a person expect?
Well, once the person registers with us, we send an inspector to verify the losses.
Okay.
And once the inspector goes to the house, it takes like a week.
Okay, so
to 3 weeks. So the person can get assistance.
Okay. And Luis, on your part of the SBA, how much time does it require a person to apply for a loan, and that you can process it and get through?
First of all, you may expect, once you apply, you may expect an answer between 2 to 3 weeks.
Okay.
That's mostly we will be able to get back to you and say if we are able to give you a loan. There is no cost to apply.
Okay.
And we want to encourage that with FEMA and with us. There's no cost to apply, but we are working on a deadline. And I know there's a lot of people listening to us right now that has been affected. I know that they're looking for alternatives. If it's a difficult moment for a lot of people.
Sure it is.
And our heart goes to everyone that has been in this position right now. That's why we are here, as well as FEMA, SBA. There are other agencies as well working really hard. And we encourage, apply with FEMA so you can be in the system before January 31st. maybe you are in a position that you're thinking that you don't need the money. Or maybe later you're going to find out that your insurance is not going to cover for costs. Or maybe there's going to be other situations. So we encourage, first step, go to FEMA, enroll with them, apply with them, then go to SBA, apply. You don't need to take the loan if we are able to give you a loan. One of the things that if you apply before January 31st, and once we get back to an answer, if you decide that you don't need it for now,
Okay.
you just withdraw. But you're gonna have, from that time, you're gonna have 6 more months to reapply. So that's gonna give you an answer.
Okay.
And that's what we want to do. We want to give people alternatives.
Okay.
They can play. There's no cost. You don't need any appointment. It will be in one day. I encourage everyone to go to the disaster DRC, what we call DRC, Disaster Recovery Center at Agoura Road 30440. That's one-on-one assistance. But if not, if you're gonna get there as well, you can enter to disasterloan.sba.gov/ELA or call to our number 1-800-659-2955. And it's important, January 31st. That's the date that you gotta enroll. We encourage you. Maybe you will think that you need it, but just go, get in the system, and that's gonna give you more opportunities in the next couple of weeks so you can play out. And of course, we're trying hard to get you back to that date before the disaster hit you.
Okay. We thank you, Luis Santos and Maria Padron from the FEMA organization, and Luis is from the SBA. We would encourage all of you to contact them. The number is on the screen where you can contact them. And if you have a situation where you need one of these agencies, feel free to call them. That's what they're there for, and that's why they're here today. I'm Thomas Blackwell. This is a public service announcement for KTYM Media TV, and we thank you, Luis and Maria, for coming by.
A pleasure. Thank you for the invitation.
All righty. God bless.